Eminem needs no introduction. Oscar-winning American rapper and one of the most successful and best-selling music artists of all time. So why not learn English from such a celebrated artist?
I love music so much, man. This is my passion. Rap is just, you know, it's everything to me.
I feel like, you know, I really believe in freedom of speech. I can't even stress that enough. I feel like, especially artistic expression, you know, I believe an artist should be an artist and be able to say whatever he wants to say, whether you think it's good or bad, you know.
This is my world. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I do. This is what I do. Well, I came up through the hip-hop scene, the local hip-hop scene in Detroit. You know, everything back then was just about battling. I mean, if you wanted to make a name for yourself, the battle scene was also, it was so huge. I mean, there was battles every couple months where, you know, anybody who was anybody was trying to make a name for themselves would come out. I would have written lines, I would have punchlines, you know, that I'd be prepared to say at any time, and I would kind of figure out, kind of on the spot, like what punchlines I would pick and choose for this person that was in my face, but also be able to mix freestyle in with it. That would be the basic formula I would follow, is have my punchlines ready to go, you know, but also be able to say something spontaneous too. I think one of my greatest inspirations or things that I would feed off of basically was just obviously people not believing in the, you know, the cloud of doubt that kind of I felt hung over my head and wanted to just prove everybody wrong.
If you have a passion for something, you have a very strong interest in it. For example, I have a passion for gardening.
This is my passion.
Freedom of speech is the legal right to say what you want. For example, we will defend freedom of speech and oppose censorship.
You know, I really believe in freedom of speech.
When you say I can't stress that enough, you mean what you're talking about is so important, you cannot put more emphasis on it than you already did. For example, at a job interview, do not wear casual clothes. I can't stress that enough.
I can't even stress that enough.
You know what I'm saying? An informal idiom, meaning do you agree with me? Do you understand me? For example, you have to give him another chance, you know what I'm saying?
This is my world. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
back then, an expression you can use to refer to a specific period of time in the past. For example, back then there was no internet.
You know, everything back then was just about battling.
The last few words of a joke or a story that make it funny are the punchline of the joke or the story. For example, I didn't get the punchline of the story.
I would have punchlines.
Spontaneous things are not planned or arranged, but are done because someone suddenly wants to do them. For example, the invitation was completely spontaneous.
But also be able to say something spontaneous too.
Inspiration is a process that takes place when a person sees or hears something that causes them to have exciting new ideas and makes them want to create something. For example, dreams can be a source of inspiration for an artist.
I think one of my greatest inspirations was,
if something unpleasant hangs over your head, it worries you. For example, I have a horrible exam hanging over my head.
Cloud of doubt that kind of I felt hung over my head.
If you prove someone wrong, you show with your actions that their judgment of you is not correct. For example, he thought I couldn't do the job, but I proved him wrong.
Wanted to just prove everybody wrong.
Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and like the video if you thought it was useful. Signing out, Miles.